You got me singing.
Three things that most dads don't do, but should. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to Fatherhood Confessions. I'm Trent. This is FC, and today I want to have a discussion, I want to have a talk. If this is your first time here on the channel, welcome. I appreciate you dropping by. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe. Would love to have you as a next member of the FC crew. And as well, click the notification button so you're notified when I drop a brand new video. Thanks a lot. I remember when my kids were little, they had absolutely no concept of what it meant to hurry. There was no such thing as getting anywhere on time, and I am not fabricating that point. We could set their clothes out on their bed the night before for school, and I could poke and prod them, but they were literally unmoved. They had no awareness of what it meant to be on time. My kids seemed to think that when I said, okay, it's time to go, that meant let's take off our clothes, let's take off our shoes, and let's sit down in front of the TV and watch some cartoons, or let's play with their toys. That's exactly how it was. And now that they're teenagers, let me see. Yeah, nothing's really changed. So if you have kids and are young, they're moving on up the scale and they're getting older and will get older in time, that's what you got to look forward to, my friend. Nothing much changes until they become adults and move out on their own and know what it is to be responsible. While my kids need to learn the importance of what it means to be on time, as a dad, I can learn from their unhurriedness or their lack of being on time or being in a hurry. Kids really do know the art of what it means to live in the moment. One thing I've learned from that is we need to stop, slow down, and be engaged with our kids, not be in such a hurry with our agenda and with our schedule. We need to just stop hurrying and be present with our kids and with our wives if you're married. They crave time with us, and not just time as in the same room, but quality time when we're not just in the room with them, but present in their lives, slowing down, listening, talking, engaging with them. I like to call that uninterrupted quality time. And when we spend unhurried time with our kids, that's when they really truly know our love for them. I came across a quote the other day, which I thought was very intriguing, and it said this: hurry and love are like oil and water. They just don't mix. I don't know about you, but I got the point from that. So if you're ready to slow down and spend some quality, unhurried time with your kids and with your wife or your girlfriend, whatever it may be, then suit up. Let's get into the three things that I want to talk about today. The three things that most dads don't do but should are as follows. Let's start with number one. Cut out some of the busyness. I personally operate like hurry is a virtue. The more I can get done from sun up till sundown, the better I will be and the better my family will be. But that is not always the case. I like to think that if I'm doing something on my long to-do list, then that's progress. But again, that's contrary to the reality of the situation that we often find ourselves in when it comes to slowing down and stop hurrying. The reality is hurry is not a virtue. If anything, it's a vice. It's something that we learn to cope with, learn to use as a way of not slowing down, of not seeing what's around us, not seeing who's in need of our attention. I don't know, drop the fishing rod, drop the paintbrush, drop the saw, build Legos with your son. Listen, right here, listen to the stories that your daughter may want to tell about her imagination or about her day at school. Fathers, I don't want to burst your bubble. I know mine's been burst when I say this, but your kids are not impressed with your long to-do list. They are not. They couldn't care less about what you have to do or what you have to accomplish. They want emotional relationship. They want a physical relationship. They want a verbal relationship. And that doesn't compare to what we want to get done. Okay, before I go any further, I want to acknowledge a few things. I understand there are dinners to make. There are chores to do. There's friends and family that visit. There's soccer practices, basketball practices, art classes. The list goes on. It's endless. We're always engaged with something. Something needs to be done. But if family is a priority, then something has to give. Something has to take second place to them. We need to put time with them at the top of our to-do list, even if that means eliminating something. It means eradicating something, putting something until tomorrow or next week or the week after. We need to learn how to live in that moment, seize it, and look at what's best for them and what's us, and that's our time. Hey, what's a dirty bathroom for another day or two? A dirty sink. Who cares if we have to eat out for a meal or two so we can just not be so busy in the kitchen? It's okay. Those things can wait. Everybody deals with it. But it's time to learn, if you haven't already, to just, call a timeout and let's get back to the drawing board. Oh yeah, fellas, even if that means that you don't have your fantasy football picks ready for Sunday, who cares? We'll wait till next week. You're probably not going to win anyway. The second one is this: put your phone away. Yeah, I said it. Put it away, put it aside, out of sight, out of mind, as they would say. Okay, let's put this in perspective. Okay, you go on a date with somebody, and all they do the whole night on the date is to look at their phones. You would feel disrespected, and you would think that's rude. So why is it any different for our kids and our wives? We can't be fully engaged with our kids and with our wives if we're continuously scrolling the score feeds. It's got to check up on the MLB scores, got to check up on the NHL scores, or if we're looking at the latest trends on TikTok, or if we're just texting endlessly. These things are not helpful. Now, before you jump up and object, now listen to me. All those things, all those ways of communication, learning new things on YouTube, or trends on TikTok, or texting friends are all important. But inherently, they can get in the way. They have their place and time. But it's knowing when and having wisdom to choose accordingly. Hey, if we want to be better dads, let's just put the phone away. Let's be engaged. Let's be present, not just in the room, but present with them in the moment in the room. And finally, number 3, plan to slow down. Put on the brakes. It's time to slow down. And guys, here's something I've learned as a dad. If you're hanging out waiting for something to happen, most likely it won't happen. You have to be intentional, and you have to plan it. It's really the only way that those goals, family relationship goals, will be achieved. You have to plan it. You have to write it down. You have to put it in your calendar. Very important. It doesn't just happen. Make it happen. We have to plan for the things we want to do, not just the things we need to get done. We always put our dentist appointments, our doctor's appointments, to go fix our car, or our car appointments on the calendar. Maybe we need to put family time on the calendar. I believe that's the only way to get it done. The bottom line, parents, is this: if we don't plan it, we're not going to be better dads, better moms, better parents. We need to be intentional. Let's schedule it in. Let's get it done. Here's a question for you. What are some ways we can improve as parents? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear it, and maybe we can start a conversation that leads to some healthy decision making as parents, as moms, and as dads, so we can better serve our families. Guys, thanks so much for popping by. Thanks so much for clicking on the video and playing and watching it. I appreciate it very, very much. Well, guys, that's it for me. Like I always say, stay focused, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the flippity. See ya.